and there's just gonna be jump cuts, and there's not gonna be a lot of fancy editing. We're not gonna get into social justice or education. It's just gonna be goofy, cause I'm tired and I just wanna do a goofy video. This is just a goofy video. Everyone is allowed to just have fun sometimes. The other videos I make are great, but they can be exhausting. This one's just fun. That was fun. Did you like my musical riffing? I am very talented, just kidding. So like the fun sing-songy intro said, I'm a little pooped, so this is just gonna be a fun, lighthearted, goofy video. I present to you my old gay diary. Mama Mardell mailed this to me a few weeks ago, and it is essentially the cringiest thing in existence, but it's also kind of hilarious. The thing is, everything in it is so unlike me. It feels like this journal was written by another person, not just a younger version of me, but an entirely different person. I'm gonna show you things and you're gonna be like, that's not you. Did you steal someone's journal? Oh, I can already feel the regret setting in. I think it'll be funny, and then later I'll decide while editing if it's actually funny or too weird. Also, my first ever admission of being queer is in this, which is really cute. We'll get to that later though. First, I want to tell you guys that this is a sponsor video by Best Fiends. Best Fiends is an app/game with super cute critters and really beautiful graphics. I'll show you a clip of me playing. Oh, hello, my name is Ashley and I refuse to finish this game until I have reached the final level, but there are over 480 levels, so I might be here a while. See, look at that world. It's like gorgeous and magical. Basically what you do is help your little guy battle these evil black slugs, and you do this by collecting certain materials. So it's a puzzle game, kind of like Candy Crush, but with a cool story, really adorable characters, and pretty art. It's really fun, I'll be honest. I don't play a lot of games, but I've become addicted to this one. I'm stuck on level 46 though, so if you can figure out how to beat it, let me know. If you think this sounds like fun, click the link below to download the app. It is a great mobile game. Also, if you play Best Fiends on May 29th, you will receive a free gift in celebration of the start of summer. Woo! Yay, free gifts! Yay, sponsorships! Yay, you for sticking through that advertisement. Thank you. Anyway, back to my diary. I'm gonna drink a little before we get into it. Let's just start with the front cover. Something to know about child Ashley is I was way traditionally girlier than I am now. So this is what my journal looked like. Then, first page, self-portrait. I got some hoop earrings on and a really cute polo. I don't know if you can tell, but I drew myself with a puka shell necklace. And I would always wear my hair up. You know this. You guys know that I would always wear my hair up, but what I would do is I would always have two long strands, just like this. Just like always, two long strands. Another thing you should know about past Ashley is she was boy crazy. And I don't know why. Maybe at that age I was like really actually genuinely attracted and interested in boys so hardcore. Or maybe I was repressing my queerness and overcompensating by being so obsessed with boys. I don't know, but I was obsessed with boys. So the second page of my journal is just a doodle about how much I loved my first boyfriend, Cole. I also wrote a poem. Would you like to hear it? I know I shouldn't love you, and I know I shouldn't care. I know I shouldn't live my life wishing you were there. I wish I wouldn't wonder where you are and what you do. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I fell in love with you. I did not fall in love with this boy, by the way. I think I was just trying to be artistic. The third and fourth page are also drawings, because I was just a very visual person. And I don't know how to totally present these, because I don't want to be shady about anything, and I think that, like, Jesus is great. But I just never heard of an elementary school student making a spread in their journal, like a page-to-page spread of, like, you know, Jesus Christ. Like, I drew Jesus on the cross. I drew 3 different versions of Jesus. I drew cartoon Jesus, realistic Jesus, and full body Jesus. And I'm not trying to make you feel weird if you're super into Jesus, or make you feel like you should be into Jesus if you're super an atheist. I just think that when people look at me, Like, I don't think many people look at me and think, I bet Ashley drew pictures of Jesus in her diary when she was a child. I will not disclose my religious beliefs on the internet, by the way. That's not a thing that's ever going to happen. But past Ashley drew lots of pictures of Jesus. I also drew a portrait of Leonardo da Vinci. And if you're wondering how I knew it was Leonardo da Vinci, I labeled it Leonardo da Vinci. Aww, here is my first admission of being queer. My first gay diary entry. I wrote it on something else and I slipped it inside the diary. And if I ever felt like my parents were snooping around my room, I would pull it out of my diary and I would hide it somewhere else. I figured if they wanted to know any of my secrets, they'd look in my diary, but this was not a secret I was okay with them knowing. I totally forgot I even wrote it on a different sheet until I opened it up and saw it, and it fell out of my diary, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's kind of powerful and symbolic because it's like the most important thing, and it just shooped out of my diary. I don't know, it was weird. There's like a little rainbow in the corner, which is cute. So, here we go. I finally found some time in my day to write this down. Even though I've been meaning to for a long time. Here it goes. I'm gay. I am. I must be. It just makes sense. Mostly. I think. Remember that Am I Blue duo at Harvard? I was in speech and there was this duo at Harvard and it was called Am I Blue, and the characters used blue as a metaphor for being gay. So you could be dark blue and be super gay, or you could be like periwinkle or sky blue and just be bi. And the question was, am I blue? And then if you were even a little bit of blue, you'd be like, yes, I'm blue. I'm a little blue. So remember that Am I Blue duo at Harvard? Well, I'm at least a periwinkle. I know I have a shade of gay. Really, I've always known it. In second grade, I had one of my first blue moments. Seeing Denise gave me goosebumps. Her name wasn't Denise, but I'm going to alter it. And from 2nd to 11th grade is a long time for something to be a phase. So I was essentially being like, I felt this way between 2nd and 11th grade. I wrote this in 11th grade. And I was like, that's a pretty long time for something to be a phase, so it must not be a phase. Plus, during romantic comedies, I always fall for the girl and daydream about Kendra Cassabaum. I had a huge crush on Kendra Cassabaum, who was the actress who played Belinda in Wicked at the time. Plus, during romantic comedies, I always fall for the girl and I daydream about Kendra Cassabaum more than my boyfriend, parenthesis, who makes me feel confused and unhappy. So while I was boy crazy, I admit in this entry I wasn't totally happy with those relationships. Maybe the day I kiss a girl, and I'm sure there will be one. Ooh, get it, Ashley! This will change, but I doubt it. Aw, that's sad. I'm unsure if I will ever not be confused or unhappy. You do become not confused and very happy, just so you know. Until then, I needed some official way to proclaim my newly accepted sexuality. Yay, I'm gay, Ashley. So yeah, that was my gay diary entry. Aww. Well, thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what surprised you the most, what you thought was most unlike me, what you did not think would ever come out of my mouth or brain. And if you want to make me feel less alone, share an embarrassing story about yourself. Okay, bye! Follow me on Twitter!
I've been asked on behalf of Ashley to have you subscribe and like. Pretty please for me, like for me, please like for me. Pretty please for me, I'll give you fake money.